Hey there, awesome day. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. How do you get people to go along for the ride to supersize and grow your business? The expression "go along for the ride" is an idiom that became popular in the 1890s as the automobile age, or as we came into the automobile age. As people had cars, a lot of times, and what going along for the ride means, it means you go with or participate in something, but you're not really actively participating. You're just kind of an extra, right? Like an extra on a movie scene, or an extra person that's just there experiencing the situation, but not actively participating. Reminds me of organized sports. Oftentimes we fans are sitting in the stands observing and living vicariously through the people that are participating in a sporting event or a movie or a play or an opera or an orchestra or anything you can imagine, any kind of a comedy show, any kind of form of entertainment. We're there experiencing and enjoying it, but we're not actively participating in it. We're not on the stage, we're not on the field actually doing the sport or the performance. We're just kind of living vicariously, right? Which is fun in and of itself. And we do those things for something to do. We go along for the ride for something to do. I mean, back in the automobile age, the driver would be driving and another person might come along just for the experience of getting a ride in a car. When cars were new, that was a big deal. Now, heck, everybody goes everywhere. But I remember going along for the ride on a lot of occasions and a lot of situations as I've been growing up and throughout my life and career. I could say that when I went to events and to different industry activities, if I just went and watched and observed, I kind of was like going along for the ride, but not actively participating. And now, as I've been to lots of events and lots of trainings, as I go to those, sometimes I actually choose to be an outside observer and just watch all of the orchestration and all of the things that are going on with that event and the overall big picture, like the 10,000 foot view of what's going on. And I choose to get a different perspective and go along for the ride. So how do you use all this? How do you get people to go along for the ride so that you can grow and build and supersize your business? Well, you can give them a little taste of what it is that you do, what it is that you can help them with. One of my favorite things to do is challenges, like 5-day challenges. I give people a taste of the result they can get by working with me. They go through a 5-day challenge, they get an incredible result, and as such then they're like, okay, maybe I want to work with her further, or whoever's doing a challenge or a launch or whatever. That's why we create content for our businesses and for our websites. It's why we create any piece of material or information that we share with other people. It's so they can get a little taste of what working with us would be like. So we give value first, and then that encourages people to do business with us more actively. So when we're giving them free things, when we're giving them information, when we're sharing experiences with them, they're going along for the ride, but then we transition them into doing business with us. That's how we grow and build and supersize our business. I'd love to know your experience with this expression, and if you've had any experience with it, if you've just gone along for the ride before. I mean, I've actually gone on whole vacations with people just to be a person that kept them company in the car when they were traveling across the country or something, and so that I could see different parts of the country that I otherwise probably wouldn't have seen before. And I think that there's great value in, I think it's important that we take action and we do things. I don't really encourage procrastination. I mean, if you're going to invest your time and energy into something like an event or a course or to read a book even, you ought to do something with the information that you get out of that. You don't have to, and a lot of times we don't, right? But if we don't, then it's kind of like we're just going along for the ride. We're not actively putting that information to work in our business and in our companies and in our lives, right? So I'd love to know your experience with this. Share in the comments below. If there's an idiom you would like to know the origin of or the meaning, I think it's a fun way to look at the world around us and ask ourselves and look at things from a different perspective, which going along for the ride is too, right? And see how things might affect and how we can use them to grow and create the business that we want in our life and in our worlds. Anyway, if there's an idiom you'd like to know the meaning of, hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, share what experience you've had with this going along for the ride idiom, and if you can see how you could use it to get people into your business and attracted to you and bring them along for the experience of working more and more with you. All right, have a fantastic day, and I will, of course, see you tomorrow.